everyone.
Thanks for the heads up.
You are warmly welcomed to Belfast, the final presser before Saturday's big fight night at the Falls Park. The action will be brought to you by MTK Global in association with FEILE and Phobail, the big West Belfast Community Festival. More on that shortly. Top Rank Promotions, Queensbury Promotions, and all the action's going to be brought to you live across America on ESPN Plus and in the UK on BT Sport as well. Now, on the platform, the double platforms, we've got a heavy Belfast presence, which is great. We're joined by Mick Conlan. He is, of course, coordinator for professional development at MTK. Lee Eaton, promoter of Saturday's big event. We've got the main man himself, Mick Conlan, who is going to be in action against Diego Alberto Ruiz. Getting things underway for us on the ESPN Plus / BT Sports bill is going to be Padraig McCrory and Steve Collins Jr., both on the bottom bench. And we'll be hearing from all the fighters as this press conference unfolds. Also, we have Chris Jenkins, the current British welterweight champion. That lovely belt over on the far side. Paddy Gallagher is going to be trying to get his hands on that, and the vacant Commonwealth, which is going to be up for grabs as well. We've got very much a Belfast influence in the shape of Sean McComb. We've got Paddy Barnes in action as well, and we've got a cracker for you. A real international middleweight fight with Dublin's Luke Keeler down on the front bench alongside America's Luis Arias. Really looking forward to that one, the potential it could steal the show. But I think on this big Belfast bill, plenty of people are going to be trying to steal Mick's thunder. Let's hear from them one by one. First of all, Lee Eaton, who's put the show together. Lee, a word on the venue, the card, and how excited you are to be part of it.
The venue, we've been down there this week, is absolutely unbelievable. An unbelievable setup. Jamie and Ian Ritchie have been here for the last 2 weeks, and the setup, and it's just unbelievable. It's going to be an unbelievable show. It's absolutely stacked from top to bottom. Some of the fights on the undercard could top the card at Ulster Hall. So Alfredo Mealy fight, it's going to be an unbelievable fight. So it's a great card. I'm just absolutely buzzing to be a part of it. It's going to be absolutely amazing night. Absolutely sold out now, so looking forward to it.
That's the big news. Sold out. Thousands are going to be there on Saturday night. If you haven't got a ticket, if you're not part of the family of the respective fighters, then the only place you're going to watch it is on BT Sport from 8 p.m. or internationally on ESPN Plus as well. The card will unfold from something like 5 o'clock tea time on Saturday, 8 o'clock UK time, which means that'll be 3 p.m. Eastern time stateside, where the coverage is going to start to unfold. Now, I mentioned it's the Falls Park, stone's throw away from where the Conlan boys were brought up, and it is the community festival, FEILE and Phobail. Jamie Conlan, can maybe tell us a bit about why that's so important to Belfast, and why it's an obvious fit that boxing should now be part of it?
I think boxing is a major part of Belfast, especially West Belfast. You know, the Falls Road alone has numerous of different boxing clubs. It was always a safe haven for us growing up as kids. Working class community, boxing, it seems to be a saviour for a lot of kids growing up. Teaches us discipline, gives us something to focus on. And the FEILE is the same. The FEILE is give the people of West Belfast something to look forward to in the summer, something to smile about, something to be happy about. So to combine the two together is perfect. We're expecting the biggest FEILE in the 31 years of going. So I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud of Michael to be topping the bill, and I'm glad to see all my friends on the undercard.
And interesting that you were at pains to want as many of the people, the local people, to be involved as was possible. So much so that even in his high-powered position these days, Mr. Jamie Conlan was going old school, door to door, personally selling tickets.
No, well, when they were starting to release the ticket sales, I made sure that my mates and the waiter friends around. It then turned up half of Beachmount and Lower Falls started getting on me for tickets. So we just started getting on the tickets and making sure everyone from West Belfast was going to be there and going to experience the atmosphere, the electric atmosphere that Mick has brought to New York so many times. So I'm very excited. I buzz off them, and so when I'm now walking through the streets and through the town, and I see the buzz in people's faces, knowing that they're coming to this experience, to this event, it fills me full of pride and full of joy to see my brother being able to put on and gather the masses like he does.
And I was speaking to Mick backstage maybe 10 or 15 minutes ago. Mick, I think it's palpable how excited you are about this whole event. Why does this feel so different?
This is just a really special event for me. It's West Belfast, it's where I'm from. It's a festival which I've attended many times, and then when I think about the atmospheres I've experienced and being able to bring that here to Belfast and having it basically in my own back garden, it makes the hair stand up my neck, and how much the community is behind it, how much people are excited about it and ready for it. It just excites me so much.
You've dealt with pressure pretty much from the start, haven't you, since you turned pro? But this is a more intense, different kind of pressure. How are you dealing with all of that?
You know what? I've had a target on my back since the amateur days. You know what I mean? I've always kind of had it, and even when I come into the professional ranks, coming in such a high profile, everything like that, you get a target on your back and you have expectations on your shoulders. So I know how to deal with pressure, I believe, by now. This is obviously different. This is something bigger than I could ever have imagined. Something bigger than I've ever experienced. So I just plan to go in there and enjoy it. Enjoy the atmosphere, but first and foremost. And then once I get into the ring, it's all business. And you know, I'm not there to mess about. I'm there to get the job done and beat Alberto Ruiz.
And what are we going to see that we haven't seen from you before?
To be honest, I think over the last 6-7 months, everything has just kind of clicked. This preparation for this fight I've been in training for this fight since I think it's the 8th of April, so basically 4 months. I've learned so much. I felt like everything has become way more professional myself, not just the coaching, everything. The coaching has been fantastic, but everything in terms of that, lifestyle, everything outside of the ring has become a lot more professional, and I believe this is going to be a kind of coming out party for me, and the best Mick Conlan you'll see it.
Maybe ask Adam a question. There are titles on the line here. Adam Booth, Michael's coach and trainer, but what do you want to see from Michael at this stage of his career? What are you looking for personally?
I want to see the progression, and I want to see what Michael does in the gym. Show out under the spotlights with 8-ounce gloves on and no head guard. And that's for me the exciting thing. It's got to be about progression. You talk about belts, but the only belts that I'm truly interested in Michael getting are the World Championship ones. Now, he's not world champion at the moment, and there's still a ways to go. And that's why we need the progression that we've had in the gym, the evolution of him as a fighter, and the fights and the events to match it. Now, this event is freakishly popular, and I think I'm, because I don't have sort of any historical knowledge of FEILE, that I'm the one that's probably going to try and dilute it a little bit on the night in his mind's eye, because it's still a fight, and he's fighting a guy that's coming to win, and he's fighting a guy that's capable. He's fighting a guy that's better than any pro he's boxed to date. So amidst that, the freakish atmosphere that you get in Belfast anyway, along with this special event, that my job is just to keep chucking iced water over his brain to make sure that he does his job, and that he performs how he's supposed to perform, but he's ready to fight whenever he has to fight. And there's a difference. There's a performance energy and there's fighting energy, and we know that Michael's made of the right stuff. So if this is a fight where he's asked questions, we know that he has the ingredients to answer them. But first and foremost, he has to perform and execute and show the evolution and the development he's had as a fighter.
And Adam, Michael, final question for now. Adam mentioned there the toughest task to date in terms of Diego Ruiz, who's unbeaten in 3 years. What are you expecting from him? What sort of challenge is he posing?
I know I've watched a little with him, and I know he's aggressive. I know he's come forward. He has high energy. He seems to, like to fight in close and throw a lot of punches. So I know I'm expecting kind of similar fight to what I was expecting for Vladimir Nikitin. Maybe he's a lot better. He's a lot smarter than Nikitin, I believe. So I've just got to be switched on from the opening bell. I know he's going to bring. I know he's going to come all guns blazing, but I'll kind of shut that out right away.
I should have introduced the multi-skilled, multi-talented, award-winning author Just by the By, Paul Gibson, as well, who today is going to help out with our translation. He's going to speak to Diego Ruiz. And I suppose that the first question for Diego, hola, señor, would be, what do you know about Michael Conlan, Mick Conlan? How do you view him as a fighter, and how can you beat him?
Hola, buenas tardes. Conozco de Conlan un boxeador veloz que tiene buena carrera amateur, pero vinimos aquí haciendo muchos kilómetros, dejando muchas cosas atrás para venir y ganar, llevarme la victoria.
Diego says he knows Michael very well. He's a very quick, fast boxer. He knows he's had a fantastic amateur career, but they've come from far away and they've come here to win.
Gracias, señor, gracias. So that's the top of the bill, folks, coming up on Saturday night. That's the main reason, but not the only reason people have been buying tickets. And the co-feature, one below on the card, is Chris Jenkins defending his British title at £147, and both he and challenger Paddy Gallagher going for the vacant Commonwealth title as well. You'll see that beautiful Lonsdale belt, the current possession of Chris, who has fought, I suppose, Chris, long and hard to get your hands on something like that. How much did it mean to you to win that title? How desperate are you to hold on to it?
Yeah, well, obviously people in the boxing world will know I boxed twice and fell short twice against Nurse. I moved up a weight, and I boxed Johnny Garton in a tough 12-round fight. You know, people saying Johnny might have been past it, or we don't know, but I just think I showed that I'm a good boxer, and the weight isn't an issue moving up. I've got full respect for Johnny as well, still to today. But, I worked too hard for this. I don't want to be giving it away.
Well, the man who wants to get his hands on it is Paddy Gal, who we know will get absolutely everything that he has. What sort of shape are you in? What sort of frame of mind are you in, Paddy?
The best, and that's all I want to say, to be honest, in that regard. I'll go on a bit of a talk here as usual. So what I'm going to do, first of all, with regarding the show, I don't think we need to build it up anymore to talk about it. What it means to the boxers, the local boxers, including myself, Miguel, Podrick and Sean and all the rest of them, I don't think I need to build that up anymore. For the next few days, you will realise through the interviews and stuff that come out how much it means to us. Regarding the fight, it is going to be a cracker, one way or another. Something's going to happen, okay, lots going on it. With Jenkins is a very, very hard fight. He is potentially my hardest fight to date, but for him, I'm definitely his hardest fight to date, okay? So it is going to be a cracking fight. That's not cheeky, that's just exactly the way it is. And I'm saying that. Who's laughing? Fuck are you laughing at? No, it's going to be a cracking fight. People that don't know me or don't know Chris Jenkins are here to see maybe the American or the South Americans or the boys down south or Conlan. No, if you don't know me and Chris Jenkins, tune in, then you'll be a big fan of both of us after, guaranteed. There's a lot Jenkins is bringing to the table, but there's a lot more that I'm bringing to the table. Any positives or upper hands that he has over me, I've been working on that to take that away from him. So I'm trying to hold all the cards in my hand, and we'll see on Saturday that it's going to work out that way.
There you have it, teed up then, Chris Jenkins against Paddy Gallagher. Before that, we've got a fantastic middleweight bout as well, real international affair this is, and that features Luke Keeler against Luis Arias from America. Luke, who's unbeaten in 7 over the last 3 years. I think it's fair to say he's taken his game to a new level entirely. This on paper, Luke, seems like another step up for you. Why this fight? Why this opponent?
I think it's just the next
Should
step.
we, sorry, can we pass the mic down?
It's not walking, huh? I think it's just the next step that I need, you know. I had a couple of Conrad come and fight, the wins there, but it's just the right timing and the right step before world titles. I know he's going to be the best guy I've been in against, but he's going to come up short on Saturday. He's underestimated me, I think, and I'll show on Saturday night. Well,
Lewis, I suspect sees it another way. You've been in with a world champion in Danny Jacobs, former challenger in the shape of Gabe Rosado. What do you know about Luke, and what do you make of the fact that he's taken this fight?
Well, you know, I did my homework. Originally, when they offered me to fight, I was actually in Japan training with a world champion, Murata. And, you know, I did my homework right away. And I just don't think he's ready. You know, people say I'm loudmouth and I talk a lot of shit, but I like to back my things up with facts. You know, when I fought a world champion at 27. When he was 27, he was fighting bums and struggling. Not too long ago, he had a draw with a guy with 30 losses. So I just think the experience is going to be a big factor. You know, once we walk in that tunnel, he's going to see 10,000 fans, and he's going to be thinking to himself, is he ready? I'm going to see 10,000 fans, and I'm going to say, I've already been here. I've already done this. So I think the mentality is going to be different, and I'm just willing to show it, you know, on Saturday.
Luke, you went to the Ulster Hall to face Conrad Cummings, of course, and the Lions Den to an extent. What do you make of what Lewis is saying, and what do you think victory means to the winner?
I think with regards to the crowd, it's going to be my crowd this time around. Like, I'll be floating to the ring. They'll give me a lift, and like, I don't think he'll ever see that like the crowd that's going to be there on Saturday. But the winner has the right to call for world titles. I'm not at that level yet, but as soon as I beat Arias, like, I can be mentioned among those names. You know, I think he's looking past me. But as a pro, I've only been full time a year and a half, and I'm getting better every time. And on Saturday night, there'll be different levels again.
Looking forward to it. I think this could be an absolute cracker, folks. Make sure you tune in for it. That's going to be 2 fights before Mick Conlan against Ruiz. Before that, we've got the small matter of Sean McComb in action against a Frenchman that we saw on an MTK ESPN Plus bill on IFL TV not that long ago. A guy called Garrido, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. Otherwise, I suspect he would have dressed as a cartoon character, and you would have heard plenty about him. He's a really interesting character, Sean. I suspect you're 2 peas in a pod, you pair.
Yes, well, that's the old saying. One of the local media phoned me and asked me who was more crazy, me or him. It has to be him. I don't dress up as cartoon characters. I'm just a nuisance. That's all.
But you've looked pretty much like a Superman early on in your career. You're starting to sparkle now, and you're getting the TV opportunities as well. What sort of stuff can we expect on Saturday night?
Yeah, I'm expecting a good fight. It's a good step up for me at the right time. I believe it was good matchmaking. This stage of my career, I'm 7-0 now. I haven't even been a pro a year yet. So I've been moving fast, and I've enjoyed the journey right now. We know what Garrido brings to the table. He's a one-dimensional fighter. He's a come-forward fighter, tough as old boots. But I just believe I'm better in every area. I'm faster, sharper, stronger. And my flexibility, my movement, everything's just going to be far too much for him. And I'll go as far as saying that I'm capable of being his first KO.
First guy to stop him. That'd be a bold statement, wouldn't it?
Yep.
And you're involved in a football team in West Belfast. Who's sort of coming along to support you on the night?
Yeah, I'm saying with St James's Swifts. I haven't played this season because I've been busy with boxing, obviously. But I'm sure all the boys from St James's and Turf Lodge and that will be able to support me. I've sold a lot of tickets, and again, Falls Park for me is a stone throw away, and I'm expecting an electric atmosphere.
Looking forward to that. It's such a West Belfast theme running through this card from top to bottom. Really looking forward to the TV part of the card getting underway with Pádraig McCrory against Steve Collins Jr. That one for the Celtic super middleweight title. And that, Pádraig, in just your 9th pro outing. I think you had, knockout of the year last year. Has that been preying on your mind with some of your performances this year?
No, I don't think so. My last 2 fights have probably been my worst performances. But I've trained hard for this fight. Steve Collins is a tough guy, and he takes a very good shot. So I'm ready for 8 rounds.
The hammer's ready, and it's a good name. It's a good opportunity. How you feeling about that inside?
Yeah, I think Steve Collins' name is better than what Steve Collins Jr. is. So I think it's going to look good on my record. And I think after this fight, there's some big fights out there for me.
I think there was a compliment in there somewhere, Steve, if we dig it out. How are you coming down from light heavy? Because it's only five or so months you were boxing at 175.
Good. This works. Yeah, I feel good. Is the back working? I feel good, feel strong. Full belly, well hydrated. I couldn't believe how easy I have been making 168, and I'll carry the strength and the power over that I had from cruiserweight all the way down to super middle. And then you realise you made a mistake taking a fight this early, only after 8 fights, when you jump in the ring with me for 8 rounds. You see the power, speed, and I'm really looking forward to this fight. I'm very confident. I've had a new corner, I've had a new camp, I've travelled to put my work in, and I'm more than ready for this fight.
Sounds good. Do you want a final comeback, Paddy?
No, I'm okay. I'm fine. Thank you.
We'll leave the talking then
Saturday.
We'll leave the talking then to Saturday night. And the one and only Paddy Barnes is going to be part of the show as well. Paddy, hoping to work towards light fly. Tell us a bit about that, your thinking behind that.
Yeah, so when I turned professional, I aimed to campaign at flyweight. So I thought of the amateurs, thankfully I'd never make light flyweight again, but turns out not as good as flyweight as it was light fly. So I need to get down to light fly, where I think I can be as successful as a professional at the weight than I was as an amateur. My record says 5-2, but on paper it looks shit. But if you look into it, I fought a world champion, I fought people with good records later on in my career. But it's not I could be sitting here 12-0, fighting bums, but I didn't want that. I wanted to quit history. Didn't happen. So move on, push down like fly, and aim to be as successful as I can. But this fight coming, I won't be light fly. At the start of the camp, it was 63 kilo. So for me, it's aiming it down each fight at a time, keeping that weight down as low as possible, going forward for next year, where I aim to be a seasoned light fly as a professional.
So fly this time around, and then maybe another fight or two down to light fly?
Yeah, fly this time, maybe another fight fly, but keep the weight down, not blown up like I always do. And the next year, definitely it'll be a light fly, please God.
We believe. Right, folks, well, that just about brings an end to proceedings. We'll get a final couple of words. A reminder that tomorrow we've got the weigh-in for you, and that's at the Kennedy Centre on the Falls Road, so just round the corner from where the venue is. That's 1 o'clock tomorrow, the weigh-in at the Kennedy Centre on the Falls Road. We should have the final word, I think, to the main man himself. Mick, final thoughts? What are we?
I just want to say thank you to everybody who's coming out to support this event for the whole of Belfast, for the whole of the city, for the whole of Ireland is very, very special. And I want to thank everybody coming out, who is coming out. You know, I'm very, very grateful for the support, and I think I speak for everybody when I say that on this card.
we're very, very lucky to have great fans here in Belfast and great fans here, especially coming for this event. So I'm thankful. I'm looking forward to putting on a good performance for everybody, and Saturday night will be a night to remember.
And you'll be able to see it all, folks. So final word is you can tune in, of course, for all of that. That'll be on ESPN Plus, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 o'clock UK time on BT Sport, where you can watch and enjoy what's going to be a fantastic atmosphere. And don't forget, Kennedy Centre, 1 o'clock tomorrow for the weigh-in. All the assembled press and media, you are going to get an opportunity now to speak to the fighters individually. So we're going to leave that as opposed to throwing out questions to the hall. Yeah. Are we going to do